Color is my day-long obsession, joy, and torment. This was said by Monet, who was a great painter that worked with colors and not only how colors worked together, but how colors made people feel. Color psychology was first studied in 1810 with the book Theory of Colors. The author, Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, looked at how colors made people feel. Most of the scientific community at the time felt like this was nonsense and disregarded the whole book. Red, blue, and yellow, which are the primary colors, were the first colors to be studied. After that, the rest of the color wheel was looked at. As the color theory developed, different people looked into different colors and what those colors signified. Now, different businesses and companies use different colors in their logos and in their shops to show different things and to make people feel a certain way. Most companies are looking for the everyday person to buy something, and then the colors that they use represent that. When looking at a post made in The Atlantic, 19th Century Insight to Psychology of Color and Emotion, the author, Maria Popova, looks at the book Theory of Colors and how Goethe related them back to people. In the article, she states, ideas derived by the poet's intuition, which are part entertaining accounts bordering on superstition, part premonition insights collaborated by hard science some 2 centuries later, and part purely delightful manifestations of the beauty of language. So she's able to break the book down into 3 separate parts and kind of look at the scientific part of it, but also the new language that came out of the book. Goethe was also a poet before he decided to write this book, so he looked at colors a little bit different than the everyday person. When starting the book, Goethe looked at the primary colors, and one of those colors was red. He described red as a fiery color, a wild and untamed color, as seen in nature. When red was pigmented and turned into something we see in our everyday lives, he states, it conveys an impression of gravity and dignity, and at the same time of grace and attractiveness. So it's a very attractive color. People like red. People want to be around red. Blue, on the other hand, is a color between light and dark, always drawing people to it. Goethe describes it as its appearance then is a kind of contradiction between excitement and repose. But as we readily follow an agreeable object that flies from us, so we love to contemplate blue. Not because it advances us, but because it draws us after it. Goethe later goes on to say that blue is the color that we see at the top of mountaintops and in the sky, so it's something that we're always trying to achieve, we're always trying to get there. Then there's yellow. Yellow is a light and vibrant color. It's agreeable and gladdening. It's also seen as serene and noble. But Goethe does state that when mixed with other colors, yellow becomes a color that we don't necessarily like. It is tampered with, and we don't necessarily want to be around yellow. But in its most pure state, yellow is a color that we typically enjoy. Green is not a primary color, but it is a color that we see a lot in our day-to-day lives. Green is a mixture of yellow and blue. Because of this, it takes attributes from both color. So, it's a very calming color. We like green. But it also draws people to it, a lot like blue. All of these colors we see in our everyday lives, and we mostly see these colors in logos, and we attribute them to businesses. One of those businesses that we look at a lot is McDonald's. McDonald's uses 2 of the primary colors. Red, which is a very agreeable color. We like red. We want to be around red. And yellow. Yellow is a very happy color. When you think about yellow and being happy, that's something that we like to attribute to children. McDonald's also does that. They like to bring children in, and they want children to be happy when they're there. So it makes sense that they use a lot of yellow. We also see a lot of color with Starbucks. Starbucks uses green. They use green in anything from the canopies that they have outside of their stores to the straws that they have in their drinks. Green is a very calming color. And when you think about Starbucks, they want their environment to be calm. They want people to be happy there. Green is also a color that we are drawn to as people. When you think about what Starbucks sells, drinks and pastries, they want you to be eating those things and drinking those things almost every day. So if you're drawn to the color green, it's more likely you're going to be there. Color psychology has been studied for hundreds of years, and it will be continued to be studied. It has been shown that certain paintings in patients' rooms can help them improve faster, all based on the colors in the paintings. So, like Monet looked at when he was looking at his paintings, color is a really big thing. It's a really big thing in our everyday lives. And that's just a little bit about color psychology. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.
That was very interesting.